Hey guys, it's Bear here. This is just a quick guide on what to do and not to do when fighting the Gorgara boss on Dothamir. So this is on the hard difficulty, okay? So we're playing this on the hard difficulty. So there's easy, medium, and hard, and then there's, I think it's Jedi Master. So here is, I'm going to be showing you one of the methods that I tried that didn't work for me. It might work for you, but I'll show you why I don't feel you should use that method, and then the method that actually did work for me. Okay, so this first method is going to be using the R3 lock-on button and locking onto the enemy and staying a distance away from the enemy. So I found that, trying to, attack from a distance was not working with this guy. I was trying to keep my distance far away from him, and his attacks are best at long range. So you're at a disadvantage when fighting him this way. So yeah, not a good method. Did not do well using that method. Okay, so this next method was no lock on using the single Saber. This method came out of frustration of dying multiple times. I was just fed up with dying, so I just said, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna rush in and just swing crazily and see if I can do at least any damage, because I wasn't really doing much damage at all with the distant method. I was trying to time, hits too much, things like that. So with this method, it didn't do too great either. Wasn't doing much damage, was taking a lot of damage. So yeah, this method didn't do too great, but it did better than the distant method. So yeah. Okay, so this is the successful method. This is going to be the full battle between me and Gorgara. It's going to be the full battle between us. And I'm going to have some tips popping up on the screen that will, help you out and what to do in certain scenarios and stuff. So I'll let you watch the fight and I'll chime in here and there. But I'll let the tips do the talking. Okay, so I found myself not using the force energy that much with this boss, so what I did use it for, as you saw there, was using the, force attacks that do lots of damage using the triangle button or Y if you're using Xbox or PC. So that's what I would use the force damage for. I wouldn't really use the like slow down, you know, the ability to slow him down and things like that. I would mainly use the force ability to do the high damage attacks on him. Okay, so there's these jumping attacks where he causes those little earthquakes, and I think those are the most BS attacks out of, you know, the whole fight. Just because, you know, sometimes you'll be in the middle of an animation and you can't even jump fast enough to get out of the way of it, you know. And they come so fast at you. It's just one of my pet peeves with this boss, is those like earthquake, you know, attacks that he does. Okay, so that's the end of the hard part of the fight. There's like another additional fight coming up, but I think literally if you got past this part, the other part should be really easy for you. So here you find some key items. You find some claws that are going to help you get to locations that you couldn't get to before in this world. So yeah, that's a cool little gift that you get after beating that pain in the ass boss. Okay, so this has nothing to do with the boss fight, but I just had to say this because I just think it's so annoying how many freaking little crevices they have you crawl throughout this whole damn game. They have you crawl through so many things like this, and they're all the same. They're all wood. How is there so many crevices with wood lined, you know, across it? There's so many crevices that they look exactly the same. Okay, so this is the second part of the boss fight. This is where you use your new gloves, climb this little wall here. Honestly, you just have to haul ass up this damn wall and avoid getting hit by his arms and his head. So just try and keep climbing as quickly as possible. Because yeah, you'll see there, if he touches you at all with his claw or his face, then you fall off. So you have to just rush up this portion here and don't let him touch you with his claw or his face. Just try and keep moving as quickly as possible and stay out of the way of his claws and his head, and you should be okay.
We're gonna die!
Okay, so on this portion here, it's just going to be trial and error. So you just keep trying until you get it correctly. So I'm also just going to take this portion here just to give my opinion on the game so far. I haven't beaten it. This is my first playthrough of the game. But just to give you my opinion of it, I'm playing right now on a PS4 Pro. And to me, this game graphically, I know it can be way better. There's portions of the game that look beautiful, and then there's portions of the game where you can tell that the textures are not complete, they're not detailed. I mean, look at this monster. If you look at his character model, he's very bland. It's like if he's not complete. I could see, you know, him having like hair that's flopping in the wind right now as he's flying. I can imagine him having that if they would have taken the time to finish off the game. And there's like portions of this game that I just feel are not complete. And I mean, I know the PS4 Pro is not the strongest machine, but it can, I've seen what it can do. It can do Uncharted 4. It can do a lot of games that look a lot better than this. And you can tell that this game has the ability to be that beautiful when the game, you know, when there's portions of the game that you're playing that are completed. But there's a lot of portions in this game that I feel are incomplete, and I feel it's glitchy. I feel it's still really glitchy. And what I think it is just, you know, the EA, you know, not wanting to put a lot of money into this game because they weren't going to be able to do microtransactions with it, you know? So I feel this game had a lot of great potential, but it could have been a 10 out of 10 game, but there's a lot of glitches and graphical downgrades that I don't like about it.
Wish I could say the same for this creature, though.